Our next guest story is proof positive that anybody can create impressive meals at home without eating out. Please welcome Dennis Prescott, or as your book says, Dennis The Prescott.
That's right.
With Eat Delicious. Let's start off with these beautiful, would you call them comfort foods that you have in this book?
Absolutely. You know, it's globally influenced comfort food. It's food that I feel food should make you happy. It should be accessible. It should be delicious. It should be built for a community to eat together. And I wanted to write a book that just it's all my favorite things.
I love it. So we're starting off with this beautiful breakfast slash dessert slash anytime delicious snack.
Of course.
And in here you have?
So we've got some butter kind of just nicely melting away. Some apples, perfect, delicious.
Shall I?
Of course, yes.
So this is like 2 cups, 3 cups, 4? Ish.
Yeah, it's ish.
Okay.
Ish. You're eyeballing it. We've got some cinnamon in there if you want to do that. Can you do a fancy chef toss of that?
Absolutely not. That's for you.
Perfect. Well, we're just going to do this and move that around. So you want to saute these for about 15 minutes until they're really nice and kind of broken down, softened. Yeah, on a lowish heat, right on a medium. Then you pull those off, and we've got some nice, it's Canada's 150th this year. Yeah. So, and I love maple syrup. I'm from the East Coast, so we've got some maple syrup here. That's going to go into these afterwards, just to give it extra sweetness, extra little bit of home in the Maritimes for me. Perfection.
Let's talk a little bit about 5 years ago. You were a starving musician.
I was.
Surviving on noodles and such.
Yes.
And you pulled a Julie in Julia. I love that movie.
Yeah.
But your Julia child was Jamie Oliver.
He was. He's a rock star. And, I went to the Nashville Public Library. I couldn't afford, I was eating pasta with butter on it and the dollar menu. Went to the library, first library card I ever had. Took out 3 Jamie Oliver cookbooks and I started working my way through them. And I just became obsessed with everything about food, And it
made you comfortable in the kitchen. And now here you are, a chef, a certified chef, a huge star on social media with over 300,000 people on Instagram and sharing your recipes.
Amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
so
it is amazing.
Let's pretend that's done.
So if we pretend that's done, but through the magic of television, we do have some that are done.
Okay.
And so we're going to build these up. Really easy. You could do this for a dinner party if you wanted to, if you had friends over. It's really fun to do it together. So you want to start with a little bit. You can start however you want. Right. I like to start with caramel because I want as much caramel in this dish as absolutely possible. Caramel is the best thing in the world.
So did you make this caramel?
This morning.
You did?
I have wonderful people who are here helping me, so all credit to Sandra. And but this is a recipe that I worked on for a really long time.
Look at that.
Basically, you want a couple tablespoons of each ingredient in here.
Okay.
Or if you're like me, 50-50 caramel to whatever else goes in it, because that's the best thing in the world.
In your stomach.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But if you want to do it, if you want to do it kind of the book Dennis the Prescott way, you get a couple tablespoons of apples after.
Can you explain the in your name, like Dennis the Prescott?
Of course. It's, I would love to say that it had this amazing story where I had this epiphany and I woke up and it's just, I need to change my middle name. I'm not happy with Frederick. It needs to be the. But it was my Gmail name because somebody stole Dennis Prescott. But, when I started out on Gmail, when it was a cool little beta server service. Yeah.
Dennis the Prescott was born.
Absolutely.
So you put granola in here with some pecans.
Yeah, and actually there's more maple syrup in here just because I love it so much. So you kind of dry cook these in a saute pan. You get them nice and toasty, nice and crispy. Really fragrant. Your kitchen's going to smell amazing. Take those off. More maple syrup in there. Really easy way of making granola.
Deconstructed anything. You put some whipping cream, the apples, and
I love how much whipping cream that you put in there.
Did you like that? Your caramel sauce is my whipping cream. Do not judge the Prescott.
Are you going to share that whipping cream or no?
No. Over here you have a delicious and beautiful charcuterie board. And your secret to this is you've got some fruits. You've got some meat, some cheese, grilled bread.
Absolutely, best thing in the world. The best way to do that, if you have a griddle pan at home, if you don't have access to a grill or a barbecue, take that griddle pan, a little bit of olive oil on the bread, take a garlic clove, just gently rub those as soon as they're done grilling. Really perfect. Great. You can do that in advance too. That's the thing about a lot of these recipes is you can have those for dinner parties set in advance and they're good to go.
Can we talk about these mussels?
Of course. Mussels are one of my favorite things in the whole world.
So what is in this?
So these are garam masala mussels. So there's some curry, a little bit of sweetness. There's some peppers in there, some peppadews.
What's a peppadoo?
It's like a pickled pepper. They're the best thing in the world. Yeah.
I love a peppadoo. Peppadoo. I've
Yeah.
never had one before, but
Right,
it's
but
delicious.
they're fun to say, and food that's fun to say is fun to eat.
Peppadoo from the Prescott, everybody.
Right.
Prescott.
There, yeah.
Am I drunk? Make sure you pick it up. It's called Eat Delicious. What is the secret to a beautiful photo? Because your simple soups will get, like, fetch, what, 10,000 likes on Instagram?
Yeah.
What is the trick to taking the perfect food photo?
The perfect food, for me, the perfect food photo is something that looks accessible, delicious, attainable, and it has the human element to it. So if you can picture yourself eating that, little hands pouring some wine or pouring maple syrup. I know I'm all about maple syrup right now because it's breakfast, obviously.
Right?
I want some.
I'm already into the mussels. It's lunch for me, but it's
Right.
got something for everybody.
Exactly.
Dennis, thank you so much.
Thank
for
you
more
for having
information,
me.
breakfasttelevision.ca. It's all so good. I'm going back in for the Peppadoo.
Yes.
Peppadoo?
I'm going for this.
Peppadoo, what is it?